What's up, everybody? Sorry, I took a little bit of a break. I appreciate your patience. I did have midterms for college coming up, so I just really had to buckle down and focus on that. Today's deck is going to be a Rad Lab featuring one of my favorite vampires from the new set, Florian, and we're using him in a very unique way that I'll kind of approach more in the deck tech, but this is going to be a Rakdos control deck. Um, if you guys could do me a favor here before you get to the video, please go down to the comment section and, post what your favorite list you've seen him on so far is, or if you want to just go ahead and give me a subscription, I'd appreciate that too. We're going to get right into the deck tech though, so let's get going, guys. Welcome back, everybody, after that brief intro. So we're going to get into the deck. It's going to try to keep it pretty smooth. Unfortunately, this deck is a little bit more unique in how it runs and functions in regards to like the commander. So I'm going to take my time to kind of describe that. We are, of course, playing Florian, Voldaren, Scion. 3-3 for 3 first strike. Already pretty good stats for a vampire list. Unfortunately, I know I'm going to want to build vampires when the next set comes out. So rather than try to force something that I think is just going to get even better in like a month or two, I wanted to play with the ability of his that is whenever your opponent loses life, basically, you get to look at the top cards of your library, your second main phase, and then pick a card to cast. You still have to mana cost, but I primarily wanted to use this in a control shell. So we ended up kind of seeing a couple of fun things when we were looking through with some of our viewers. We were seeing Sanctum of Stonefangs, and there was one more kind of like that ill-gotten inheritance that triggering your upkeep that do 1 damage, and they kind of create like a little life point swing. And so worst case scenario, when you have one of those out and you play Florian, you then get to effectively draw a card. I know it's only impulse draw, but it really helps you get your land drops very frequently. Worst case scenario, it's been pretty good for me so far. And so we decided to build the rest of the deck in a fashion that I would consider, hey, Florian can die 6+ times, and we're still gonna be okay because we're just here about eking out incremental advantages. So for instance, Tegrid's mostly gonna be for the Lantern side. We're trying to get our opponent to like slowly lose cards so we can keep up with them. We've also got plenty of board wipes with Chandra, Awakened Inferno. We're keeping stuff like, oh my god, Storm's Wrath and things like that, as well as we wanted to keep Crux of Fate and a couple other like burn down the house kind of triggers and things like that that make it to where it's hard for opponent to maintain a board state. We have a ton of removal. This is going to be one of those removal deck things. And instead of trying to, I've seen them work before with Valky, God of Lies, and I thought that would be very interesting to try this with Florian list where we aren't waiting to cast the Tibalt side of things. We try to spin a little more early, and if Florian does get through, we can potentially like go forward and grab things. So a couple more of our incremental advantage gain things are going to be Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar. You can Cauldron Familiar during your upkeep or whatever, and then sack it with Witch's Oven if you still need to get that one in if your opponent has blockers, so you can still trigger Florian. We have a couple things that unfortunately don't necessarily trigger Florian, but do still kind of like ping our opponent down, which fit with the theme. Curse, Shaken Faith, Whirling Vortex are 2 great examples, things that will slowly ping our opponent down. Things that ping our opponent down that are on our turn, Dogged Pursuit works for that as well. Unfortunately, it's after the beginning of the second main phase, so it still won't trigger Florian. And then Chandra, Awakened Inferno, upticking for the emblem, can also start burning our opponent down slowly. And the idea is that if our opponent, even if they have removal, we're getting like this 1, 2, and there's this sense of like looming dread that I liked on the plane that was like, oh, you can be perfectly fine, but things will slowly start to come for you, and the fear creeps in, and so a couple of the more interesting tech cards that I put in. So another one of our win con cards, if it gets 12 mana, is going to be Urza's Rage. It is uncounterable 10 damage. And you'd be surprised how frequently we really just need to get that last, 5 to 10 damage. And this can really help us get there as a kind of like a direct bolt. This and Lightning Bolt have both been amazing in that regards. Faraday's Fireball has been really cool. It's a good removal that also kind of ticks our opponent off just a little bit here. We generally don't mind losing a life. I mostly put it in here because I really like it as a limited card, and I have the art and I wanted to show it off. A couple other things we have in here that I think are interesting tech. Bedazzle. Obviously Red has access to some pretty decent land destruction, but we also wanted to make sure that it was removal. So we have Bedeck in the case we need to remove something, and Bedazzle can be our land destruction if needed as well, rather than having to keep something as one or the other. It's one of the few modal land destruction cards we have in our set. We also do have quite a few things that can deal with the graveyard, as on the weekends, control shells and graveyard shenanigans start to be more prevalent, versus during like Monday through Thursday, we see a lot more of the aggro builds. So we put in things like Cling to Dust, We put in things like Land on the Void, and we put a couple of things in here that kind of just help us to deal with our opponent graveyard shenanigans. Nothing too crazy, nothing like insane. I'm flying with tyrants, like Mace did the other one. And we want to have options to keep our opponent from really abusing their graveyard, since we don't want to have to go more than 1-for-1. We want to be able to interact with our opponent in fair Magic, which unfortunately there's not a ton of great card advantage engines, so we really just have like the Phyrexian Arena, Immortal Sun, as our ways to kind of generate more value, along with Theater of Horrors. Since again, this can be like a 1 damage and then maybe cast something, and we have another couple things that trigger things during our turn, or our opponent's turn can let us cast things from Theater of Horrors. The deck, in my opinion, is really fun. I really liked it. I don't generally play removal deck style decks. I'm much more of a creature smash kind of guy, or combo based. So playing this much of a control list in these colors was a very interesting test of skill for me. And I hope you guys like it. Check out the games. I think they're incredibly interesting. I really appreciate you watching. And if you like the games, please feel free to give me a like or follow the channel for more. I'll try to do this out for you guys next week. Let's get to the games, guys. I'm gonna get another control build with Lizov. Interested to see. I think control is unfortunately like one of our harder matchups, but we do have a decent amount of land here. Probably keep the. I've got enough to. I've got one other removal spell, so I'll probably do this into the fangs. If our fangs can resolve, I'll feel in a really good position. Okay, so we might actually be going for more of an aggro build, which will be very interesting to see. So, Oh, that's so cool. I actually don't remember this card at all. That's so cool. So we will play a land, pass said turn. Okay. Now we'll play our Volarian. And that's because we didn't want to lose our top card. We're not entirely sure what it is, but it's worth like mentioning. Okay. We're hoping he doesn't have removal here. Ooh. Rankle would be bad. He doesn't know we have the Bog, which is nice. He does get to Surveil 3 here, which is really rough. But depending on when he surveils, tries to get out there with Lizov, we do get to take away. Okay. We're going to go in. Make him think we don't know what we're doing. Couple options here. We could cling to dust. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we'll grab field here. When that can't get countered. I'll probably grab this on red. He could still change to discard something else, but it won't be nearly as bad as Rankle is for us. We're not happy about that, but we can just recast next turn. Doesn't have anything for us to bog yet. We actually might wait to bog. Let him draw, which is unfortunate. See if we get a land potentially. Nice. Opponent does have stuff to keep doing, and he could still have more options to remove Florian. You can kind of see the synergy of just like Florian giving us extra card, which is neat. Ah. So we were going to do this. I want to give him the option to put Register in the graveyard, thinking that might be the right call. Yeah. We're more than happy to do that. Even better. So we will attack in. See if he decides to block or not. Unfortunately, he goes for it, but not the end of the world. We will anger. And then go ahead and predation. Maybe I should be more worried about the card draw, but I'm just not. And if he wants to card draw, he can't necessarily field room my Field of the Dead. I'm going to try to sneak out some zombies pretty quickly. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have Field of the Dead. Oh, I didn't even need it. Whoops. We will move to second main phase, then cast Florian. Grab Snow Mountain. We're feeling pretty good right now, because we do have the Bog still, which is getting like just better and better the longer we hold it, without him being able to actively use it. We'll grab a regular mountain here, a regular swamp, because we don't have that many ways to bring it back, but I think we have one way to bring Field of the Dead back, potentially. And we're just going to go ahead and trigger this. A 4/4 is a lot for us to deal with right now. And we lose no life, which is really big. It's a Surveil 4 here, which could be tough. Decides to take it all. That's good. Less good. One day we'll get our commander back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3. So we could register now. Gonna do this. We've got the Cling to Dust. And a Hagra Mauling at this point. So if he tries to go for the play commander turn to register, we can get rid of it. We're gonna target Since he was so kind to give us 5 more cards to do. We either force the counter or we get the Registrar anyways, and then we Bajuka Bog. Okay. We just didn't want to leave him with this on. Ooh. Ooh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 1 short, so we're just going to go ahead and... Now we can get rid of the flying. Now we can get rid of this from being an option for him anymore. Because that's just going to be way too much card advantage that we can't deal with. So now we could hold this. Wait till second main phase, I think. At this point. It is a clock for him, albeit slow. Okay, we have no permanent cards. That's fine. We are A-okay taking that tournament damage. Ooh, okay. I'm going to do this one more time, I guess. Take 4, which is not going to feel good. But we're taxing everything he has as much as we can. When he attacks, he's almost target. Okay. Get that out of the way. He's now played out his hand, which can be really strong for us. Gonna... yeah, I'm gonna block. Gonna hit face. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hit him with that good game. Boom! 10 damage uncounterable. That was such a dragged out slugfest. Against a Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. I'm a fan. I mean, we have a decent, early game kind of stuff. I don't really feel the need to rush out the familiar. Like we're both okay to exist in this control strategy for right now, I think. Debating if I want to try to play out Florian or not. Interesting. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to play him out then. Try to start taxing some of that removal. Or like make him pay for the fact that he didn't use removal. I'm not sure. Does just decide to like really let me have it. Okay. Does get a Grim Tutor off. So we're actually going to probably hold off on making any more Tybalt tokens, I think. I don't know. We just need to do like 12 more damage to him. 9 more damage to him. Yeah. I'd rather pop this than Florian right now. Iteration is not bad for him. Ooh. Exiling his own. That is an interesting choice. Gonna attempt to hit our land drop. Gonna successfully hit our land drop. We just need to find a way to do 2 damage to our opponent, it looks like. Okay. We will get rid of a mountain here. What do we want to do? So, we swing. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. We'll attempt to languish. Get a counterspell out. Perfect. And then we hold this. We draw a land, we win. He taps out at some point. And that's fun. That's not good, but I think we're still in an okay position. Because if he flips here or plays Godfair Bolus, nice. Okay, I think we win here. It'll be really close. We swing with 1. We drop him to 10. We have Hitsugos. He has no mana open. So, like... So we could... We'll attack with 1. So I'll target him. We'll see if he targets himself. Nice. We'll have this target the bird. That hits him for 1. We slap him with that GG. Hitsugu's second right. Wow. That was... We were this close to being outclassed, and we managed to snake it away from him, and he's probably just sitting there going, what happened? Game number 3 against Xanathar Guild Kingpin. Unfortunately, looks we need to mulligan without access to red mana. I think it's the exact same. Keep this one, put Hagra Mauling down. Maybe I should have Dragon Scold first, since this would play the second. I don't know. It's a tough one to say. Hey, forgive me if you're viewing me right now and you haven't checked me out before. I do ask, please feel free to give me a like. Yeah, I could have signed in blood at this turn. Oh well. Or follow me. Always appreciate that too. It lets me kind of know what the channel's doing, how people are viewing my channel. We're gonna go ahead and pay and try to get out Florian here, I think. It's probably gonna get countered. I mean, it's countered or removed, right? Like, they're playing a Demir control deck, yeah. We'll take action. We're trying to tax before we drop the inheritance. Okay. So we'll go ahead and bolt ourselves. Oh, good, we don't have to. Never know what he's gonna get. You probably got a control piece, because that's like what little we have. Oh, even better ramp piece. Perfect. So we can land Florian again. At this point, though, he's going to drop Xanathar, and I don't think we have any options for him right now. Okay. I'm actually weirdly okay with that. He can tell for some reason that this is important to my plan, but I don't think he understands fully why. I'm gonna make myself draw here. Really need the mana. Will land. See what's in his hand. Just want to keep him off of card draw, really. The rest of this is pretty mid-S. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. See who gives our commander back. Alright, we're a third of the way there. We'll drop tower, treasure map. Yeah. Unfortunately means we can't cast spells, which kind of blows, but we're going to definitely try to scry to set ourselves up. Again, we're okay with that. I thought about even towering. Ooh, okay. This is really good for us, actually. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we have enough for it. So we'll just leave that, yeah. We're definitely gonna do that one. Our opponents can be like, why didn't you counter spell? Get rid of a lot of creatures. Slow our opponent down. Just trying to get to that 10 mark. That is such an interesting play. Like, I'm here for it. Um. Let's attempt this. I wish I hadn't tapped that. Okay, but he fell for it, so it's fine. We'll go ahead and end. We'll treasure map for sure. Unfortunately, means he's still netting one. We'll pitch that for now. It's not getting us anywhere near where we need to be. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we're actually just gonna draw. Since we're gonna main. Okay. Xanathar, Nanathar. I don't know. Whoops. Let's give you and permission control. Okay. Okay. So I think we're gonna go wide, maybe. So he has a counter. Oh, okay. That could cost him. All right, we're close. We're so close. I can feel it. He's blessing. His boy Zany D. The control matchups are our best matchup? I don't know. Put that in the bottom. Don't want that. Okay. Is there any way I do 4 damage? Well, that's really good. Okay. So 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potentially. Okay. Colorless. Okay. Oh. So we go 3 doubles. We go Colligans. So we do 2 damage to any target. Destroy an artifact. So we'll destroy that. 2 damage to any target. Attack with 3. I don't want to have to just bedevil this, but I will. Okay. We just need him to block 1. Do it. Oh my god, we just keep getting away from it. We just keep getting away with it, guys. Hey, Curious, we just keep getting away with it. I am severely underestimating Hidetsugu's second right, man. This card is nuts. Oh my god, dude. Game number 4. Let's see if we can keep getting away with it. 3 lands and ramp. I'm about it. I got no beef here. Always got to make sure to hit them with the hello. Something I'm always sometimes forgetting about. Also, we did manage to pick correctly for who is going to win. I'm going to put you in. So we got the cool trophy. So I was showing it off today. I finally put in my code. So we have enough. We have a pretty reasonable amount of exile effects in our deck. That being a really strong one that we're going to be getting out here in a moment. Grab red. I wanted to go ahead and Solemn, but I think getting this Leyline of Void's going to be too good to pass up. Unless our opponent got... Okay, they didn't get Mana Screwed. Good. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Leyline now. Ooh, we got our boy. Can't even play Hidetsugu in this game mode, but that's fine. So this can be really good. We have a couple other options too, but we know that graveyard decks are like all over the place right now. Especially seeing, we were building one of them. The bad news is he does have 3 mana to go tutor for a way to get rid of the Leyline, which kind of sucks. But we'll see if he has it. I'm pretty sure he's going to have the Elf Reclamation Sage. It'd be pretty weird if he didn't, in my opinion. He might not, though. He might not. I picked Takahashi. When I first started playing competitively, Takahashi was on the scene and he was pretty good. And so Takahashi and Reed Duke are the only 2 people I've actually met who are currently playing in Pro Tours. I ended up meeting him at a PTQ when I was traveling around for this still. And so I did the same thing last year where I picked Reed or Autumn Burchett because I had recently watched Autumn stream. I picked wrong last time, but I'm pretty happy. Who did you pick? Curious. Scoot Swarm. Interesting. Okay, so we're actually going to do this instead. I don't want that anywhere the fuck near me. That ain't happening. Get that out of my life. Bye, Leyline. Well, I'm really glad I got rid of it then. That was a good play. We'll Solemn first. Get a blocker out. Need more land. So we're gonna grab our Snow Mountain. Bad news, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, that's not good for us, but it could be worse. Unfortunately, our opponent might have just gotten under us. Well, Guardian Idol. And then Florian. We'll take a pretty big amount here. We'll probably take like at least 6. Oof. And he's got lifelink on board too. We're setting up for an Anger Urza's. I don't like having to put 2 cards onto that, but and he diversified too. Really smart of him. Gets rid of my mana. That's okay. We gotta take it, unfortunately. I don't possibly know what my out is at this point. So we're just gonna meme it up. When in doubt, send it. And with that good game. We'll let him end it out on his terms, you know? Want that first strike. Having the Skyclave was really bad for us. It really kind of it was a tough one. That's okay. Yeah, always gotta lose with style, man. That's what life is about. I like this hand. There's some early plays. Let's put the crypt in. Okay, so we're against Corvold. So this is an interesting hand because like we can really start attacking before he can do much, which can be incredibly strong. That is less so. But so we're just gonna do this instead. If he wants to ramp, he's gonna pay for it. We'll grab Snow Swamp. The deck is generally good after you get 2 red. If you're gonna double swell, it's definitely gonna be on black. So he is choosing to ramp here. And we're gonna make him burn whatever here or lose it. I don't know yet. I haven't given it much thought. So I don't know if you noticed I've been gone the last 2 weeks. Primarily because I had midterms. So I haven't been playing a lot of Magic. I'll log on for my weekly 15 wins. I'll like get on and play like a quick deck. Ooh, there's gonna be black mana. Interesting. Let's start here. I want to see his hand. Potentially grab a creature. Yeah. Let's keep that. Drop our Florian. So now when we attack. Oh, and then some friends of mine. We're trying to land here. We decided to make some commander decks. So, like for instance, after this game, I'll move my camera to show you the new carrying case I got and some stuff. Okay. Our opponent does have Culling Ritual, which like is pretty bad for us, but it is pretty bad for him too. He'll get rid of a Valky and he'll get rid of a Valky and a Mind Stone. But now that we've got 5 lands, it's not super important. And depending how he taps it, he would get to add the 3 mana. Shambling Ghast territory, I guess. I don't know. Clean the Dust could be big here. Ooh. Interesting play. I like it. It's so ballsy. So now we're going to start with this. I'm totally down to transform this. I have no beef there. I just want to get maximum damage through to dig with Florian's ability. This is going to die regardless at this point. Okay. Pick the 3. Like keep it with that. So I'm currently thinking, yeah, we'll grab Fielded actually. And then we will. Do I need it gone right now? Yeah. I just better get this out of here. I love Tender Shoot Dryad, but if it stays in play, then my chances of winning this game go down a lot. Like, significantly. We'll dip the Solemn here. So we can draw. That's a good pickup, actually. We'll get the dig for 5 now. We have a Snow Mountain. Okay, we don't. Perfect. So we'll grab Sign in Blood. Hit his hand. I'm just not sure. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Sign in Blood, to be honest. I was thinking about it. Culling Ritual gets a lot better for him. No, I'll just Sign in Blood. There's no reason not to do that right now. We want to get rid of this. This is going to be better for us just to get rid of. So if he wants to Corvold, it's going to cost him. And that way he can't tap it. Golden Community Code. No, I don't think I have yet. That sounds new. Get rid of a land here. What's it give you? Okay, she's got 5. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna probably look to put him out of it at this point. Getting the Vorniclex is pretty great with the Eldest Reborn, but I don't think we're gonna let him quite get that far. So we'll get to look for an absolute ton. Okay, so here, a pretty good option is honestly Turgrid for the Lantern side. I'm gonna do that. We have access to 4 mana. We'll go ahead and end. We're gonna let the Eldest, because if we get rid of this, it doesn't matter. He's just gonna bring back with the Eldest trigger. So now, Cling to Dust, targeting this. But she also should have flipped these. I think this should have gone first regardless. That's sick. Okay, I'm gonna have to use that for this game. Okay, so he could theoretically, I guess, Shambling Ghast into Corvold. But like this just does a lot to shut off this deck if I kept it on the Turgid side. But here I just need to use it for life loss. See what he gets rid of here. I mean, Mending a Dominaria might be something he gets rid of, potentially. Okay. Okay, so he's got the Vessel. So let's... So he does first. Okay. So we can then land. We'll go to combat. Yeah, I'll do it this way. No biggie. We'll get to get our nothing here, but that's no big deal. We'll go... One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 damage in with Croxa. And we'll get a Dogged Pursuit in to start the clock. 3 turns. Yep. Gonna sacrifice stuff is pretty good. Pretty good. But unfortunately, I think that if the ending of the Dogged Pursuit plus Unrolled Dreams seems pretty done. Ah, he drew his Naga Vitalist again. That's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, gamer 5. That was good. Well, as you guys just saw it, that was a pretty crazy 5-game series. We kind of showed that we can really do our best because we're getting these incremental advantages over other control lists. And, looking down here who we faced, we had Lazav, Nicol Xanathar, Nethra, and Corvold. Like, all these are pretty good mid-range control-based lists. And I think that there was a pretty diverse set of meta. I do think we maybe struggle a little bit more into the aggro matchups that we come across. But right now I feel like, with how much control we're seeing on the board, playing a control deck that preys on control decks or an aggro deck that preys on control decks is probably the way to go. So as you know, we are going to rate this deck. So first of all, let's pop up our lit missed test. And on this one, we're going to take out of our game series our wins versus loss and see how bright this deck's future is going to be as we kind of like power this through. Ooh, brilliant. This deck got a 4-1 record, and honestly, I think it really showed off what it can do, and especially as like a counter pick to like you see a lot of control decks one day. Obviously, you saw that the picks that's coming across are very middling tier, like I'd say middle to upper. We're not facing a tier 1 decks, but we are facing a lot of other control shells that do pop up very frequently. In my opinion, especially towards when the weekend starts coming, when people have more time. I feel like usually Monday through Thursday we get a lot more aggro lists, and this kind of is less good into those. But it's a fantastic deck for the weekend to slam out some wins and really just slowly whittle your opponent down. Head MVP though, I do want to give this out to my boy, Hitotsuga Second Right. That card was phenomenal in this series. It really has been performing the deck. I put it in mostly as a meme when we were first building the deck, and it's just really shown up for me. Yeah, that's the list today, guys. If you appreciate my videos, I would appreciate it if you could go down and give me a subscription and a like. It really helps me channel out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to, please give me a comment on what your favorite matchup was or any questions you have on the list. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm sorry for the 2-week break. Midterms just really got on top of me. I should have made some kind of video announcing it. That's on me. But you know what, guys? I appreciate you. I hope you guys are still slugging along. We're going to try to have a video out. We'll try to have something out before Halloween. But as always, be radiant.